Hello friends, welcome back to Pages and Pens. Today I am here with a book haul. It's been a minute. I don't think I've done one of these since May of 2021. And I think I've pulled all the books that I've bought since then. I don't know. I have stacks, like here. I think this is everything that I've gotten. I could be wrong, but again, I'm going to give you my best shot. And then, you know, if I miss anything, I miss anything. Let's jump into the book haul. I have these in absolutely zero order whatsoever. I'm just going to show you what I've brought into my collection. I've talked about a lot of these, I think, already. This is Soul Taken by Katie Duncan, otherwise known as Caitlin Duncan. This is her YA pen name. Loved it. I have The Dare by Harley LaCroix. It was amazing. Banned, but I don't really know why, because I've read worse. The Consent was great. Sin by Candace Wondrak. I have not read this yet. It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. Also haven't read this yet, so I can't really tell you anything about it. The Atlas Six by Olivia Blake. Olivia Blake, not Olivia Blake. And I have not read this yet, but I did snag it when it still had like the old cover. The Night We Burned by SF Kosa, which I already have a review on. I can link that down below in the description box. Shadow in the Ember by Jennifer L. Armentrout. Have not read this yet, but I did go ham on this series. So I have From Blood and Ash, Kingdom of Flesh and Fire, and The Crown of Gilded Bones. I have all three of these. Did I read and tab and annotate all of them? Yes. Did these almost single-handedly get me through January and my reading, because I was like hardcore drafting and prepping book 2 for publication and to go to my publisher. Also, yes. So these were like kind of like mindless fluff reads that just were perfect for me. And I really enjoyed them, but I have not read the prequel book, which came out later, but like this is like a story of characters that you know and hear vaguely. I got to Kink by a myriad of authors, edited by R.O. Kwan and Garth Greenwell. This I got from a Goodreads giveaway because I was actually really excited and interested in it. All stories, I don't know if they're all about different levels of kink. I don't know, I haven't read it yet. I'm into it though. I got The Nesting for my birthday from CJ Cook from my lovely friend Allie. I'm very excited to get to that one, but I have not yet. Elifair Burke's Find Me. Have not read this yet. This is an arc I should have, and I have not gotten to it. Another arc I did not get to was A Lot Like Adios, which I think this is a finished. Yes, they sent me a finished copy from Avon. Still very much want to read it. Have not yet. Because I've either been going like vampire, fantasy, or smut. That's kind of what I've been reading. Lore Olympus by Rachel Smith. I don't know how they pronounce it, but this is a webtoon turned graphic novel, and I did not enjoy it. So I will be unhauling this. This will go into my unhaul pile. Yeah, I didn't love the art style. I know a lot of people do. I didn't vibe with it. It bothered me that the main character, like Persephone, is sometimes drawn looking very curvy and plus size, and then other times incredibly thin, and it bothered me. Unhaul pile over here. There it goes. I have The Cage by Bonnie Kissler. Again, haven't read this. This is a closed door, closed room thriller. More unread. A Deal with the Elf King, Married to Magic by Elise Kova. I've heard it's like smexy elves, and I'm here for that, so I picked that up. Also, because I've been obsessed with Dana Isley. Izali. I don't know how you say her name. I read Dipped in Holly and something for Cupid. Really liked her works. And she has a short story in this. This is Coerced. I think it's a Dubcon anthology. Dana's in here. I'm trying to see if there's any other names that I know. BL Mute I know. J.M. Walker I know. It's just a giant anthology of short stories with like naked dudes when the titles change. I will read that at some point. Have not gotten to it yet. Unplugged Bookbox books. So A Curse in Ash, my exclusive edition, although I want to say, yeah, this is the exclusive cover of A Curse in Ash that went into the Unplugged book box, but funny story, and I can only tell it here because I couldn't tell it when it happened, which was back in August, maybe. I got the proof copy to see what the cover looked like, make sure everything was okay inside, and I opened it up and I was like, well, that's weird. This is what Happy looks like, by Jennifer E. Smith. Like, I opened it up and I was like, I don't have blurbs. I don't have, like, text messaging format. I don't have, this is not my book. Like, the chapter headers and stuff. So this is my cover. It is 1000% not my book. Somewhere out there, somebody has, this is what Happy looks like as a cover and my book on the inside. The only thing that concerns me is that the book that's inside of this is very much YA. And my book is very much not. So if somebody got that book with that cover and my book inside, I'm sorry. But also I have this very special spoof copy of A Curse in Ash where it's my cover, very much not my book inside. So that's the thing that happened. But also just because it's an unplugged book box. And also A Lullaby for Witches by Hester Fox, which was February's book. Very into this, have not read it yet. There Are No Saints and There Is No Devil by Sophie Lark. I read both of these. These are the, what are they calling them? Discreet covers instead of like the guy and the girl on the front. This is about two serial killers and the girl that piques both of their interest. And the one kind of dedicated to keeping her alive while the other one's trying to murder her. And it's very, very, very twisted and dark. But there is a lot in here about trauma and healing and darkness. I don't know. I enjoyed it. I mean, I tabbed it. I annotated. I will be keeping them. But they were, it was something. It was a ride is what it was. But I'm glad I read them. Cain's Jawbone by the most evil person in the world. Torquemada. It's by a puzzler from the New York Times forever and ever and ever ago. This is a book told out of order. And I can't. This is my second copy. I feel bad having a second copy when everybody else is trying to wait on their first one. But I ordered one and then this one originally from Barnes & Noble and it got delayed and delayed and delayed and delayed and delayed. So I ordered one from Book Depository. That one came. It's down here in my murder binder, which I have been going through. I'm about 65, 70 pages in terms of like my first read through. And now I'm just making notes and trying to puzzle things out, but I have to go forward into the rest of the book, and it is a full-blown ride, and I'm loving every single second of it, so that happened. Medusa by Rosie Hewlett. Loved this. This was a 5-star read. It made me cry, which I didn't expect, but it did, and I am very thankful that I read it. Cytonic by Brandon Sanderson. This is Skyward Book 3. Did not like this. I can see where it was going at the end, but it was not a favorite of mine in the series. I still think the first book is like by far one of the best. And then the second and third kind of tank a little bit. The second one, I thought this was gonna definitely be better than the second one, and I don't think it was. But I did read all 3 of the novellas. I will have a Kindle haul soon because I've been getting a lot of Kindle books. So that will be coming at some point. Most of them have been KU, so they've returned, but I did buy some. So I'll get into that later, but yeah. I was disappointed. Also, speaking of disappointed, as I reread The Wicker King, which I love, Darling by Kay Ancrum was not it for me. It is a Peter Pan retelling. It is dark. It does have found family. It has a lot of the things that I love about Kay Ancrum's writing, but without her typical writing style and kind of heart. It just didn't seem like it was her story to tell. I have to believe this was an IP. Missing something of her in it. But there was still very much like signs and hints of her in the book that I loved. The found family and the darkness I really enjoyed, but parts of it were just not it for me. But I'm keeping it because it's Kay Ancrum and I love her. S by freaking J.J. Abrams and Doug Dorst. This, I have a whole reading vlog on this that I will link down below. This thing was not it. But I paid like $40 for it. I will keep it for forever, but I will forever be let down by it. 5-star books. 5-star short books. Psalm for the Wild Built by Becky Chambers and Where the Drowned Girls Go, Shauna McGuire. Brain fart. 5-star. 5-star. I know a lot of people said they didn't like this book. As a fat child and as a fat adult whose heart hurt for a fat child. There was so much in this that was very relatable for me. I don't love the other school setting, but I love a lot of the character for Cora in this. I love a lot of like standing up for yourself and what you believe to be true in this. Like the message of it, I loved. The character growth in it, I loved, but I didn't love the storyline so much or the location, but still phenomenal. I love that series. The Nature of Witches by Rachel Griffin, which is probably one of the most stunning like books ever, like naked books. It's so pretty. And I did really, really like this one. I think I gave it 4 stars. It was very cool, like elemental magic. Every witch is born in a season and they have that season's magic. King of Battle and Blood by Scarlett St. Clair, which I heavily tabbed and annotated and started my love of like adult vampire, which is when I went into the Jennifer L. Armentrout series, because this thing started me off and I was like, oh hey, I like adult fantasy with vampires and sex. And then I went there and then I went smut. It's a journey. It's a journey I've been on, but I did like this. Again, is it a masterpiece? No. Is it exactly what my brain needed when I was writing? Yes. Also, there is a freedom, such a freedom in the fact that I am not tracking my reading this year. I don't have spreadsheets. I have not given a single 5-star rating this year, even though I just said that this was a 5-star read because I did read it this year and I loved it. I'm not rating anything this year. The Nature of Witches was last year, which is why I had a rating for it. And these just always get 5 stars for me, for the most part. In the Wild Light by Jeff Zutner. I think this is signed. Oh, it sure is. Because I typically really love Jeff Zutner's writing, except for Rain and Delilah, which was hot garbage. So I have high hopes for that one. I've heard good things, but I have not read it yet. XX, which I lovingly call XX. And this is by Ryan Hughes, who is a graphic designer, and he designed this whole book. It's supposed to be very S-like and House of Leaves-like. It's about first encounters with aliens, and it's very, very mixed media-ish. There's case files in here, and a whole page of music notes. Like, it's very, at times, like graphic novel-y, because he went through and like actually laid out all of these pages. There's like text messages and AIM messages. I can't even tell what that is. But like, it's laid out a lot like House of Leaves, but is giving me like an absolutely remarkable thing, but like also House of Leaves and like a mystery that you have to figure out. I'm 34 pages into it. It was supposed to be a buddy read after reading S, because I wanted to have something else that was like really immersive, but then I started Kane's Jawbone and I can't do both at the same time, so that's just sitting there for a little bit. But I am very excited about it. If you have any experience with this, let me know, because I'm into it. I'm very excited about it. A History of Wild Places by Shea Earnshaw, which I read an arc of, and I didn't love it, but I love her, so I bought it. And also it just had a really pretty cover. She's known for like her embossed covers, and I liked it enough, so I picked it up. I liked the story, didn't love the twist, but I did think it was very atmospheric, as she is often known to write, and so I picked it up after the fact. I'm not mad about it. I don't know that I'll ever reread it, but I'm not mad to have it on my shelves, so there's that. All right, book of the month. Everything We Didn't Say by Nicole Bart. Haven't read it. I haven't read any of these. Oh no, that's not true. Normal People by Sally Rooney, which I've heard enough about that I wanted to give it a try. And then The Love Hypothesis by Allie Hazelwood, which I have not read yet, but really, really, really can't wait to read. And then I have 2 that I did read, which was Alice Feeney's Rock, Paper, Scissors and Catherine Bryan Howard's 56 Days. This is like a COVID closed mystery, like an isolation tale. This one is not. This follows one of the characters has like face blindness, and him and his wife are trying to rekindle their marriage. This is neither of them are my favorite from these authors. They're fine. I think last year I gave them both like 3 stars. They're not great, but they're not horrible. This one has a whole storyline POV that I think could have been omitted, It follows like people that are living in the apartment complex where a murder happened and then the police investigating it. And I think it legitimately would have been fine without the police POV. I don't understand why we had it at all. I don't know. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. And I think that's all my books. I did not count these. Will I count them in post? Probably not. So let's count them now. 37 books. Technically 38 because I own 2 of these. Also, there was a couple others that I've already unhauled. Like, they're not even physically with me anymore because this is legitimately, I think, everything that I've acquired since my last haul. Like, this is not all this year. A lot of this is from last year. I don't feel bad about it. Do I have to fill my shelves all up again? Yes. So I'm going to go do that. I'm going to put all these away, and then I'm going to film an unhaul. I will look just like this, because it'll be in about 10 minutes. But that's been my book haul. Let me know which of these you've read and loved. If it's this, you're right. I don't know what else to tell you. Also, if it's this, you're right. But, like, the actual book, not the fake book inside, which still amuses me. I'm not going to lie. I was like, started flipping through it, and I was like, this is 10 out of 10, not my book. My book doesn't have parts in it. Like, this is not mine. But it's still a pretty cover. Let me know your thoughts. If you legitimately have any information about keep me posted, because I'm intrigued, but I don't know anything about it. I'm excited about it. It'll be right back here. It's back here in all my videos because it's on my sci-fi shelf. Because it's First Encounter with Aliens. Look at the inside end pages of this. They're so cool. Oh, it's so cool. Alright, I gotta get back to that one eventually, but not while I'm Kane's jawboning it. Which, by the way, I'm enjoying Kane's jawbone, but I am 1000% sure I will never get it right. But I'm still enjoying it. As a perfectionist, that's very strange for me. I'll never get it right, but I am enjoying it. But that has been it for my book haul. If you liked it, go ahead and give me a big thumbs up. Click subscribe. I'll see all of you in a little bit in another video. Bye, friends.